Shopping pre-loved and vintage clothing can mean finding some hidden gems and saving some money while you build up your fall wardrobe. But it can also be intimidating to people who haven't tried it before. So to help us out, here's stylist Cece Chilanga. She's joining us this morning. Welcome to you.
Good morning.
Cece, I have long been a thrift and vintage shopper since I was like 14 years old, and it's fun that my kids are now getting into it too. Why do you like shopping vintage and pre-loved?
Well, for a few reasons. First of all, it's a sustainable way to stay fashionable. Secondly, you're going to find some really awesome pieces that are one of a kind. Third, it's a way to support local. There's so many vintage stores, so many pre-loved stores. It's also a way for you to make some money, sell some of your stuff, and then replace it with some new stuff.
All right, for people who are worried about staying on trend with their clothing, that can absolutely still be accomplished when you shop vintage and thrift stores.
It really can. So I actually went to hang out at Exile Vintage in Kensington Market in Toronto to just show you exactly what this looks like. We're talking a lot this season about graphic tees, which you can find in thrift stores. We're also talking about Space Jam just came out, so a lot of people are getting into the whole, animation on their sweaters. You can find that in vintage stores too. There's really something for everybody, even the trend fashion forward person.
You can also find some good designer items when you're shopping vintage and pre-loved, but how do you know if you're getting the real deal?
You know what? A big concern is authentication, because especially when you're shopping online, you don't know if something is real is not, or if it's real or not. But here's a really cool tip, especially with handbags and hard ticket jewelry. They do have a serial number, which you can actually verify online yourself. So you know when you're buying it that it was actually made by that particular designer. And of course, you're getting it at a steal, which is the best part. So you get to have high-end items at a better price, and you get to have all these cool pieces in your wardrobe. So authenticate by using those serial numbers.
I love that there's these curated vintage collections online now, but I'm also kind of disappointed because I can't really find them at thrift stores anymore. Like that hidden gem is getting harder to find because it's all been curated online. For people who are vintage shoppers, ask questions from the people who are there. Like, what should I ask?
Ask the people at the store. You need to ask, where was this made? What year was it made? And, Google is really your friend. Take a picture of it, search for it, and just make sure that what you're buying is real. But ask a lot of questions. Like I said, when you're shopping local, I love going into stores. So you can actually speak to the salesperson, you can speak to the owner of the store, and most of them are very, very knowledgeable about vintage and pre-loved goods.
You mentioned online vintage shopping, which has become very popular. Authentication is very important. What are some other tips when you're going online?
So for me, I like to sell my stuff online to make some money, to buy new stuff. But secondly, read reviews. I cannot stress this enough. Again, Google is your friend. Just read the reviews, see what other buyers have had in terms of experience with that particular retailer, with that particular app. And also peer-to-peer apps are really going to be where you can flex your bargaining skills. Because if somebody who's just like you, getting rid of a cool piece from their wardrobe, talk to them, say, hey, can I spend this much instead of how much you have it listed for? So really, bargaining skills is where you're going to be finding your nice sweet spot of the price.
It's always a good idea to know what you're looking for when you go in, and most of the stores now have it like separated up, so if you're looking for vintage jeans or whatever, you can go find them easily. But for anybody who hasn't done it before, what are some tips like when you walk in the door if you're in-store shopping?
So first of all, like I said, ask a lot of questions. Walk around. Don't go jumping to the rack just yet. Just walk around, look around, and see what catches your eye. And then when you do that, again, speak to the salespeople. They sometimes have all these hidden pieces that are not on the counter, that are not displayed, and then tell them what you're looking for. Hey, I'm looking for a handbag in black, or I'm looking for a piece of jewelry in gold, or I'm looking for something from 1920. And again, they're more knowledgeable than most people, and they'll be able to direct you accordingly.
Cece, sometime you and I will have to go vintage shopping together. I can't wait for that to happen.
Yes, let's do it while the weather is still good.
I like that. Then hit a patio afterwards. Thanks so much, Cece.
Yes. Thanks for having me. Have a great day.
You too. All right, stay with us here at Your Morning. We'll be right back.